All right, Chad, here we go. So, video coach critique number 6. We went out at D Street, and D Street is more of like a really punchy, dumpy beach break. This day was really closed out, good size. Is pretty difficult to surf. So, let's go into it. So, let's look at this one. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good wave for you. I like you're going. It's kind of closing out right here, and you make it around the section, which is really good. Um, it looks like you're kind of like wiggling right here to get a little bit of speed, which sometimes you just got to do that. You kind of got to do anything you can manage just to get out in front and get back with the wave. And so that's what you did there. So that's good. It looks like once you got your speed, you came around the section right here. So let's see here. So when you're coming back in here, you're getting even more speed. And see, like when you did that little bottom turn, that's where you could have done a turn right there because you had enough speed to do a turn. But I know that we've been working on getting speed and then doing the maneuver at the end of the wave, which you did. And you did that with good flow too. Like I like that it wasn't like mechanical. It was like one long turn. And that was good. So that wave was like a pretty good wave. I think just as you progress and get better, you're gonna just getting speed and finding, since you'll be able to find the speed pockets on the wave, it's just gonna make your whole surfing experience like better. So, you could have done different things on this wave, but for where you are right now with your surfing, I think that was good, and I think that was overall a good wave for you. Let's look at this one. Damn, such a fun looking wave. There wasn't many waves this day, but there definitely were a couple. And too bad nobody got that one. Okay, let's go to the next one. So that one, you got into it real good, and then the wave was just going to close out. And maybe you were thinking about trying to go around that section. Maybe you're just over it. You didn't see any potential in that wave. But you could have just thrown up a little floater on this one. You would have got a maneuver in, and you would have came down and had even more speed. So on a wave like this where it's just going to close up, you do have a little bit of room to do something. You might as well go up and do a little float right here. I think that would be the call, like what to do on that one, instead of just kicking out. Because at least you have that opportunity to do something right there. You might as well take advantage. So let's see the next one. Another really good wave that day. There wasn't many of them. This guy, what I would have done is pull in on the takeoff right there. The wave is super steep. It's wedging. He could have like held his rail right there and just tucked, like squat down and get really low, and he would have been in this barrel, and then the barrel would have opened up. So like where he's there right now, he should be inside that little barrel right there, and just holding his line, and this coming down right here, and he would be getting shocked. But he kind of waited. So that wave was a makeable, full-on makeable barrel. He pulled in right there, which isn't bad, but he could have been going for a while more, and he definitely could have came out of it if he didn't lean so far forward. Sometimes when you're in a barrel, and you see the opening and you want to get out of it so bad that you do kind of lean forward, like thinking that you're going to get out of it. But sometimes you just got to hold your line and just ride it, and just don't be so eager to get out of it. Just wait there, and you'd be coming out of it clean. Let's see this one. So I was out there this day too, and I know these lefts, um, they would kind of be like wedging up a little bit, and they look like they're gonna close out, but they weren't. So on this one, you let it go. Maybe you thought you weren't gonna make it, but you definitely would have made that one. You would have made it around that little. You would have been coming down right here, or right here, bottom turning. Um, I don't know what happened. Maybe sometimes the wave will look like it's gonna close out, and then sometimes you just gotta go and find out if it does or not. Um, I don't know. I would have definitely taken off on that one. That would have been a pretty good wave. So let's see this one. I mean, I like how you're off to a start right here. You go right to the top. That's perfect. So you got into the wave and you went right to the top, just like you're supposed to do. And that's where you come down here, and then you're gonna have a ton of speed coming through here. I think the wave closed out pretty quick. Yeah, it did. But at least you got to the top right there. You did the right thing. And then it looked like you just got tripped up. That happens. Another closeout. Got up. You're going. It's just closing out. There's nothing you can do. You did the right thing. Let's see this one. So you're just leaning back on the back foot on your backside. You're leaning a little bit too far back on that tail. Like you should be kind of driving forward. You want to just like get moving and have momentum going this way. So let's see right here. Kind of like leaning back right there. That's maybe a bad frame to show you're leaning back, but see, like just like look at your spray right here. The whole time you're throwing spray, and that means that this whole time you're leaning and bottom turning when you should have been driving down the line. See it? Watch the spray come off your board. It's going the whole time. You're throwing spray right here because you're leaning on that tail. You should be, just like I said, like trying to move forward and get out here because this wave is going really fast. Get your speed and then do your bottom turn. I think I've said that before. Like, you don't want to go into the bottom turn unless you're definitely gonna come up and hit it right here. But when you're trying to get through a wave right here, you definitely don't want to be bottom turning. You want to be moving, driving down the line. That was good. Looks like that guy got in your way. But you're paddling to it, perfect, getting up quick, and you're going to the high line of the wave and trying to get your speed. And you had a ton of speed, and then that guy was in your way right there. I mean, you definitely would have hit him, I think. I think you did everything right there. Let's watch it again. Yeah, you did everything right. That guy got in your way. That sucks. Because he had a bunch of speed. Let's go to the next one. I'm not sure what happened. I must have missed your wave. Sorry. Yeah, that's good. Like you're kind of like going up there like that. Just like when you go up there and do these, it's like just get in the groove and like you want to just flow like right back into more speed. Like you're just trying to drive in and gain more speed off this little tiny top turn to speed turn. It's just like a way for you to get up here. You do a little bit of a maneuver, but you're coming down with even more speed to get ready for that next maneuver. And let's see. So you came up, and then you came down with a bunch of speed. That could have been a section. Like, so you had your speed, and then right here was your next maneuver. And you just waited. And like you've done that before too. Like once you have your speed, you just really want to time. I see you're even looking at that section, but you timed it a little bit wrong because when you came down, the wave was like, I don't know why you kicked out. That was your section right there. So just try to time it and look down the line and see those sections, because that was your end of the wave section. That would have been a good opportunity to do something. Just to close out, trying to make the best of it, getting into it good. Could have got up here a little bit more, I think. You'd have been driving down this way. So you think like just makes sense that if you're up here, you have a way better chance of making this wave than if you're down here, because then the wave is just gonna dump. So you just get up here and then you have your little better opportunity to get through this section right here. Let's see what even happened this wave though. Yeah, see, could have got up there and then got one little floater in at the end. But see, when you went down to the bottom right there, you kind of bottom turned right there, and you shouldn't have been bottom turning. You should have been staying high. So just stay high, like I said, on some of these waves to get your speed to go down the line. And just remember, don't bottom turn. Where did it all go? Sorry, dude. Damn it. Gotta find out where I was. My computer got all wacky. Sorry, bro. Okay. I forgot what I was saying, but driving. Yeah, like I said, just get high up in that wave right there, and you've been doing a floater on that one. Just speed and get doing floaters. I don't know why I filmed that wave just because it looked like a fun wave. Maybe you just mind surf this one. So I mean, get on this one, and that's a pretty good one. One of the few good ones out there. Let's see this one. So this guy, let's look at him. He gets in it. He goes high. He's getting speed. He's getting caught behind a little bit. See, when he goes high, that's when he's getting able to come out of there with way more speed. That's kind of a cool 360. That's pretty cool. And here's another closeout. But you had it. You're in it. Maybe you could have got into it a little bit more aggressive. I think that wave's just backing off though. So, I don't think you did anything wrong. All you could have done is just kind of gone up and done another floater. So, it's like you're doing good, like getting speed, paddling, and then just work on doing the floaters. I think for now, I think that's the best call. On these closeouts, just there definitely is an opportunity to do a maneuver here. So you might as well just try to go up and do the floater instead of like going to the bottom and then kicking out. I think you're like, without looking at it, I think you're leaning on your back foot a little too much when you should be driving down the line. Let's just look. Yeah, you are. You're kind of leaning back. That's why you're not going as fast. It could be, maybe it's like your stance was a little bit narrow right there or something. But even like sometimes you're gonna move your feet around on your board, depending on what you're trying to do. So sometimes when I get up on a wave, like I may not be on my tail, and like it looks like you're on your tail. It just looks like you're being held back, and it probably has to do with like where your feet are. So when you get up on waves, sometimes you can move your back foot up a little bit and move your stance up to try to get speed. And then when you're ready to do the maneuver, that's when you kind of put your foot back on the tail to control the board. And that's just another thing you got to think about. But that's just what kind of caught my eye on this one when I'm watching you is it looks like you're leaning back. I mean, you're doing good, but I think you were just leaning back just a little bit. But I like how you went higher right there. You could have went higher right there. Then you come up, and you were kind of like high on the wave, but let's see here. Right there, you want to get up here, and you're just driving. It could be less movement on your board, and just strategically putting your board in the right place instead of like moving it back and forth. I think less movements on that. Yeah, this is a little bit too much movement. I don't think you needed to be moving the board that much. I know you're trying to get speed, but sometimes you don't need to move your board as much to get the speed. You just got to put it up higher. And then when you're coming down, you're kind of like leaning into it, and that's what's giving you more speed. It's not the board moving back and forth. It's you like shifting your weight and using the wave to gain the speed off of it, if that makes sense. But I do like the fact that you were going down the line and trying to get speed on it. So just work on really fine tuning getting speed, because it's all about getting speed so you can go fast, and then you can do maneuvers and you can pull them and you can look good doing it. And that is all for today. So until next time.